There we go. Hello, world. Hi, Hassan Najjar here. Foothills Art Center. Welcome. Tonight is the Foothills Art Center Mini Mega Telethon, or is it the Mini Mega Telethon? It's one of those because it's a lot of stuff packed into a short time, but not 8 hours. It's only 3 hours. It starts now, around 4 p.m. We'll end around 7 p.m. We're going to see a lot of surprises tonight. We're probably going to do this perfectly without any screw-ups, any mess-ups at all. Actually, I doubt that. That's probably going to happen several times because we're still new at this, but we're going to figure it out. You'll see a couple things on your screen here. Over here, we have the chat. So if you're on YouTube or Facebook, and if you want to leave us a nice little note or a word of encouragement, feel free to do that. Go ahead, test it out now. See how it works. Works great. You'll see your messages right there. If you want to make a donation, it says I'm too quiet. Okay. If you want to make a donation tonight, all you have to do is just call the number up here, or you can go to foothillsartcenter.org. And that's easy enough to do. Foothillsartcenter.org, you'll see this same video at foothillsartcenter.org playing live, and you can make a donation there as well. And then up right above my head here is our little progress bar. Our goal is to get this all the way over here to 10 grand tonight. And then once we get to 5 grand, that matches funds from our board. And then once we hit 10 grand, that matches funds from our Golden Civic Foundation right here in Golden. So tonight we are here to support Foothills Art Center's education programs, our social emotional learning through the arts programs, and our Young Curators program at Foothills Art Center. So I guess let's get this party started. We're going to start with Marafiki, who's a local band here in the Golden area, Denver area. And we're going to start with them, and they're going to play some tunes for you, and then we'll get the party started. So here we go. Oh, there we go. Hi. Hey, everyone. Actually, perfect. Make sure. And hey, if we have any technical difficulties that you can hear at home, certainly let us know in the chat because we want to know too. But great to have all of you here tonight. I want to talk a little bit how tonight is going to run. We've got a couple of milestones that we're doing. Once we get to certain parts of the thermometer here where we've hit goals, we have some things that are kind of going on. So the first one that we're going to do tonight is, and we've already surpassed it, but we'll do it in a little while, is Eriq has to dance the silent disco behind us. And so if you guys like to watch our curator dance, you're in for a treat. Because he's a good dancer, I know on good authority. So you guys will see that later. Afterwards, our next milestone after that is I have to prank call one of our Foothills Art Center board members. And that's going to be fun. They have no idea that this is coming towards them. But we can all do that. You can all share in the fun of that. And it's going to be live. So you can all laugh or get fired with me. So hope you guys enjoy that. But right now, what I would like to do is I would like to bring up our curator of education. And I know she's here, and I'm gonna put on my mask. Maura McInerney, who I have grown to just really adore over these past 5 years, is right here next to us. And she basically runs all of our education programs here at Foothills Art Center, and these funds are going to support that. And so you're going to see Maura a lot during the night tonight in these videos, and we're going to talk to her now. So Maura, can you give us, just right off the bat, a little update about what's going on currently with programs in light of COVID and what's on the docket for the future that people should expect?
Well, thanks, Hassan. We are 5 years into this great experiment that is Foothills Art Center, and I'm sorry you can't see the big smile behind my mask, but that's the biggest change I can say is masks. Because besides that, we are still hitting home runs with our youth programs. We're running those completely in person. We are running Zoom adult classes. We are starting back up with in-person classes. We just launched this really exciting Young Curators program. We are ready to invite our Spark participants and programs back into the building. And we're just going. I feel so supported by you and by our community to make this a community-focused art center and to have everyone here to learn and express themselves.
So we've got you mentioned our SELA program, Social Emotional Learning Through the Arts. We started that up right before COVID sort of crashed down on us. That took a little pause, and now that's ramping back up again. And then we have something brand new called Young Curators. So tell us more about that.
Well, you're right. It was COVID. COVID was real last year, if anyone didn't notice. But we were in the schools. I'm in 3 local schools with a local artist, putting up pieces of artwork to help have conversations about social emotional learning. COVID hit, they cut down the schools. This wonderful artist, Ellen Nelson, she immediately turned her in-person class into a video for these kids to learn how to take photographs in their own backyards. And it was really wonderful. I can't wait to get back in the schools with local artists. And then this Young Curators program is excellent. We added it to a show with Janet Nunn that'll be opening later this month, and 3 really talented high school students from Lakewood High School have just been behind the scenes and contributing their thoughts and their ideas and their art. And we are so thankful to have that young perspective, and then to also give them some hands-on real-life experience about the Looney Tunes. I mean, the really responsible, normal, predictable work we do here at Foothills.
Oh, it's very predictable. A lot of the programs and things that we do, Foothills, we try to pilot things before we get them to be full-born and full-blown so that we can figure out how they work, what needs to change, how to make it better. So with this SELA program, how do you see that evolving over time?
I see so many of my programs starting kids to have an interest and a comfort level within their community organizations. And I truly believe the younger you are, when you feel like you're at home in an art center, the longer you're going to participate. So to see the connection that we love these students and we love these schools, and there are local artists living in your community, working, living, that you can know, who can be your neighbor, that you can carry that on when you become a citizen or when you become a business owner, and it creates just a creative, happy community.
What else do you want our viewers to know about what you are specifically working on? I know at the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to talk, we're going to go more in depth on some of these things. But for people who are just joining us now, what's the big takeaway that you want them to leave with?
Well, the big takeaway is donate. Donate. We are so responsible with your money. We are so excited and creative with your money, and we have something for everyone here. I have a lot of new classes. If you want to take a class, if you want to donate, if you want to send a family, a friend, anyone, there's something for everyone to learn how to express yourself, and just join us. We have a great time here, and I guess that's what I want them to know. Let us keep doing what we're doing. I love doing it. I love this community here at Foothills, and just thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thanks a lot, Maura. We're going to take a little break right now, and I'm going to switch over to a video. I want you guys to watch an art demo of wax painting, one of the classes that we had take place here at Foothills this past year. So I'm going to cue that up, and then you guys will see you in a little bit.
First of all, thank you so much for taking your time and joining this. My goal today is just to show you a little bit of cold wax. If you've had interest in it, to kind of break down some of the barriers that you might have internally of, I don't know how to get started, or what supplies, or how do I even begin? So my goal is to try and make you feel a little more comfortable with your pursuit of finding out more about this. I'm just going to show you a couple different techniques. And I'll show you some on this white gesso panel too, so you can see it more. But one thing you can do is this is a pretty small substrate, but I do want to show you how you lay on your cold wax. So you can see I've got quite a bit on there, and I only have it on the end. If I have a large area I want to cover with that particular, I can use the whole edge of the Mega-Meister. I don't want that much on there. So I'm going to use a portion of the edge of the Mega-Meister. And to clean it, I just use a paper towel. And because it's silicone, it wipes right off. So I'm going to get some on there like this, and I'm just going to lay some on here. And again, I'm at a point where I'm really not thinking about any particular structure. I know it'll be an abstract. I know I'm not doing a landscape or anything like that. So you can see it goes on there pretty thickly, doesn't it? This is what I mean when I say you can dig back into it, and why you want to have some excitement, or at least I do, under it. I can come back in with the edge of this Mega-Meister, and I can create excitement and interest just by digging back in with this tool. So I'm just going to take some on the edge here of this, like this, and I'm going to come in. Now, one thing about this, as well as the Mega-Meister, all of these tools, to get a smooth pull with the cold wax, you don't want to be holding it like this. Because if you hold it like this, that's what you're going to get. It's going to pull it right up. So what you want to do is keep it as perpendicular to the panel as you can and use a very light touch. And it takes a little getting used to. It's kind of like learning how to drive a clutch with the amount of pressure you use. It just takes practice. So I just have some on here. Again, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing with this, but I'm just laying down some interest for my other layers. The other thing you can do with this when it's wet or even when it's tacky, there are things that you can do with it when it's wet, certain things you can do with it when it's tacky or semi-dry, and certain things you can do with it when it's dry. And that's just kind of a process of doing it. I teach that in my more extended workshops, but they will also help guide you through that in that cold wax book. Okay. Okay, so I've got that on there, right? And the other thing I was going to show you could do, I will get my favorite tool in the universe, and that is my bamboo skewer. And I can come in here and create line and interest by digging back through. Can you see that? So, and then what will happen when that dries and it's completely solid, then I can put other things over the top and that little groove will show through. And I'm just going to lay down some more paint here real quick. Let me get it. I don't have the wax in it. Just got to get that in. Oh, and I just totally changed the color. Oh, well. Okay. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it on pretty heavily. So again, just like you're frosting a cake, keep your tool parallel to the panel. Both ways. Okay. Then I'm going to take my handy dandy whisk broom here, and I am going to slide it across, and you get this kind of fun organic line. And again, that will continue to remain there on other layers, depending on how thick it is before it gets covered up. I can take this and bring it somewhere else if I want. So there, and then you start building on this, and you build and you build. You can mask. That's a whole nother technique. I use a lot of masks when I'll show you what I mean. I cut out masks from newsprint, and I use these quite often. So for instance, I'll put it right here. Right there. Okay. And what I'm going to want to do after I put that down is I'm going to come back in with my brayer that is totally polluted. Oh, but I don't care. And I'm going to brayer around it. And you can get it to stick where you put it if you just put a little bit of plain cold wax on the back, because you can see it wants to pull up. And I've kind of ruined the rest of that, but that's okay. Just want to show you because this is really a fun technique as well. And then you've got this funky shape.
Super cool.
That you can start playing with.
Here we go. Welcome back, everyone. Diana Fritzler showing us her techniques there. You can find classes at foothillsartcenter.org. Right at the top, you'll see classes, and you can find a great selection of opportunities for you to learn at Foothills Art Center during the year. Like Maura said earlier, we have virtual offerings. We have more live in-person offerings that are being offered. Thank you. Good Lord, look at this, 30/50. We're doing good. We are well on our way. I would say to you at home, pace out your donations, but no, don't do that. Just let them come in like all at once, and that'd be great. While I'm talking about this, I want to let you know about some milestones that are happening tonight. And you're going to see, we're going to do the first one here soon, but our plan was when we hit, thank you, Pattie Ann, when we hit that $1,000 mark, Eriq is dancing the silent disco. As you can see, we are well past that. So that's going to be happening pretty soon here. $2,500 I'm prank calling a board member, Foothills Art Center board member. That ought to be interesting. $5,000 at that mark. Eriq and Jane are going to do, if anyone has ever watched that show Hot Ones, I think it's on YouTube, right? Is it on YouTube? Yeah. Basically, Eriq and Jane are going to eat progressively hotter hot wings while Jane asks Eriq some progressively probing personal questions. So you don't want to miss that. When we hit the 5,000 mark, that's happening. So you're going to see him sweat pretty good. $7,500 when we hit that milestone. Eriq and I are going to do some boxing. That ought to be fun. I'm going to learn a series of hits to take down my opponent, and we'll see how that works out. One of us will emerge victorious, probably me. And at the $10,000 mark, this is the good stuff. Staff stays at Astor House for the night. As you all know, we are embarking on this wonderful project with Astor House. It was built, I think, in 1869, so it's got a lot of secrets. And if we hit that $10,000 mark, staff's going to stay the night and find out what those secrets are. We're not going to tell you when we're staying the night because some of you may want to be secretive with us on that night, and I am in no mood for hijinks. We're gonna find out the real deal. So that is at the $10,000 mark. I feel like we'll hit that, and we're going to record that and show that at a later time, so you guys can see proof of that actually happening. We're 1850 away from our Hot Ones milestone, where Eriq and Jane eat progressively hotter hot wings and maybe pass out on set. We'll see what that looks like. But in the meantime, I want to take a second, get real with you guys, brag about our staff here at Foothills Art Center. We're a small but mighty team. I've got myself, Maura, you met earlier, our curator of education. Eriq Hockey, he is our curator. He does all the exhibits, all this beautiful stuff on the walls you guys see. He's responsible for getting that up and organizing it. We've got Jane. You guys talk with Jane all the time. If you are calling in and wanting to ask about membership or coming in through the front door, you're bringing your friends and family, you'll see Jane. Cecile is our development director. When you guys, Cecile's responsible for all those notifications that you see pop up. Someone makes a donation, she gets an input, it pops up down there. And then Sherry does all the behind-the-scenes stuff that we really rely on, but none of us on staff really wants to do. So Sherry, all of us are here tonight. We're all behind the scenes doing some fun stuff. Bring up something that's really interesting here. We thought this would be fun. A lot of us at Foothills are dog owners, and we have some dogs here. And these dogs belong to staff members. So I was wanting to see if anyone could guess whose dog belongs to who. So if you think you know who number one is, go ahead and put it in the chat. Should be no surprise to a lot of you. But see if anyone can guess. That person just walked by, so there's a good hint. Does anyone know on staff? Oh, get out of the shot. Anyone on the chat? No? It's Maura. That's Maura's dog. And what's your dog's name? Marley. It's cute. Marley is out of control the few times that I have met him, and he's somewhat aggressive. So just like Maura, they're very alike in that regard. Number two, thumbs up. Number two, can anyone guess who that is on staff? Staff dogs. Look at these. Yeah. Yeah, Bob, you were right. Maura, but I already said it, so that doesn't count. You don't win anything. Robert Paul Dolian, whoever you are. Number 2. Can you guess number 2, Bob? Because I see that you're watching. I see Nikki is watching. A lot of fun folks here. And then number 3. I'm just going to leave that up for a while. You guys can check it out. Number 3 is Eriq. That's right. Eriq does Muay Thai. He does boxing. I really don't know all the names of the things that he does. I'm going to find out later. And number 2 is Cecile. So good job, guys, for those that are watching at home. I know a lot of you are dog lovers. A lot of times if you come to Foothills, you'll see dogs here. Someone's dog will be here at some point. So we're a very dog-friendly workplace. So without further ado, I think it's time for a music break. So I'm gonna send it back over to Marafiki. They're gonna play a song for you guys, and then when we get back, I'm gonna talk about a few more things, including our social emotional learning through the arts program, and I think we're gonna prank call a board member. So that's gonna be fun. I'm a little scared about that, but here's the band. Great job, guys. Hope all of you are appreciating the live music tonight. We're going to talk with the band later on tonight, but I'm going to give them a little break for now. I'm going to give you an update. Right now we're at 3650, so we are 1350 away from our Hot Ones challenge. It's going to be exciting, folks. You're not going to want to miss that. I think what we'll do now is talk a little bit about a little drawing that we're going to do tonight. Preston Driggers, thank you so much. As you guys know, in the summertime, in the before times, we hosted a program called Arts Week Golden. So that is coming back for 2021. 7 days of arts programming. This year begins on July 8th, runs through the 15th. We do a fine arts festival on the Saturday and Sunday on the 10th and the 11th. It's pretty packed. A lot of people come out. We're hoping a lot of people come out this year. I know that we'll have at least 73, 75, 80 artists. It just depends on what restrictions that we're under at the time. And of course, we'll be following. What is that? Who is that? Is Eriq ready to do the silent disco? I think he is. He'll be here soon, I know. But you're going to want, when you come to that event, and I know you're going to want to come to that event, we have a parking issue. As you know, you go to events like that, you want to find a place to park, right? Yeah, you don't want to drive around aimlessly for 30 minutes looking for a spot. But all of those who enter into, here we go, we got some dancing now. All of those that enter into the, getting a little personal space, that's a little close. If you make a donation tonight, you are entered into a VIP parking spot for that. We'll have a spot for you right there at the front. And you know, who doesn't want that? It's very hard to talk with the dancing back here. There's a lot of breathing. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I can. Hand snapping, that's great. Wonderful. This will be interesting for the next. How long are we doing this? 15, 20 minutes? I thought this was a great idea. I don't know. And wonderful. Yes. So distracting. Okay, I'm going to move on to something else. Tom Sarmo, excellent artist. Some of you may have taken his classes. I know Tom's watching this. I know he is. Tom recorded a little video for us, and we are going to play that now. You know, if you have pencil and paper at home, I encourage you to pull it out because he's going to show you guys how to draw. And just I can feel your breath on my neck through that mask. All right, let's cut to this video. We get grossed out. All right, watch this, guys.
Hi, I'm Tom Sarmo, and I like to draw lots of things, but I really like to draw birds. So I'm going to show you how I draw birds. Sometimes I make birds out of wood, but I draw them first. You can either use shapes, or you can use forms. I'll show you shapes. Start with a circle, then an oval, a couple of ovals for wings, one on the back, and you're pretty much set. A triangle for the beak, and you can add details later, like a triangle for the tail. If you were doing forms, you would think of it in 3 dimensions, and you would add a cone to the sphere, and you might wrap the feathers around an egg-shaped wing. You can add details like eyeballs, the mouth, lots of feathers, littler feathers, whatever you want to do. You can make the eye look human, putting in a pupil and a little reflection, and maybe even an eyebrow. Erase what you don't want to be there. And you're pretty much done. All it takes is a little practice. And you'll be on your way. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys, we are back. Hope you guys enjoyed that segment from Tom Sarmo. I want to give, first of all, where's the silent disco? Because I feel like it should have been longer than what it was. And the silent disco, I feel like it was short-lived, and maybe it needs to come back. But that's neither here nor there. Golden Civic Foundation, they have been in Golden for over 50 years, and they have supported Foothills pretty continuously throughout that time. Tonight, they are part of this matching funds for tonight's telethon. Once we hit 43.85, basically, on this thermometer, that activates that pot of money for this event. And so we really want to send a big shout out to Golden Civic Foundation. Heather, who's the director over there, Sandra Lanes is their board president, Heather Schneider, their executive director. Wonderful partners for Foothills Art Center for many years, and hopefully many more years to come. So thank you, Golden Civic Foundation, supporting Foothills Art Center, but also many, 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 many other nonprofits and worthwhile causes in our community. So thanks for that. Right now, I wanna talk a little bit about the VIP parking again. Arts Week. So everyone who makes a donation tonight, we're gonna do random drawing for all of those donors, and we're gonna pull one out, and you're gonna have that top parking spot during Arts Week. So get those donations in. $37.50. We're doing really good, or well on our way. So right now, I think it's time for me to prank call a board member. Should I do that now? I think I should do that now. So I'm gonna call Bob Dolian, and I don't think he is watching, but I might call him anyway, and see. It'll be from a line that he won't recognize, but this will be good. This gentleman hopefully is a good sport. We'll see how this works. Here we go. Do I have his number? I do. All right, guys. I'm put this on speaker. I should use a really good voice. Here we go. All right. All right. I think it's going to ring.
Hello?
Hey, is this Bob Dolian?
Yes, it is.
Hey, Bob, my name is Robert D. Johnson, and I am the representative for the International Skip Bow Championship. Maybe you know of our card game.
Well, you're talking to the champion.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's exactly what I'm looking for. You were nominated to be the international representatives for the Skip Bow Championship in Kazakhstan happening later this summer.
Kazakhstan.
That's right. Now, the only drawback here is that you've got to pay for your travel, you've got to pay for your hotel, and the press kit and all that. It's about a $80,000 press package.
That doesn't sound too bad. Can I go? Will Borat be my guide?
Sir, I don't know who that is. We take Skip Bow very seriously.
Well, my my grandson has to go too because we're a team.
It's a one-way deal, dude. It's one person. You are going to be on a team of about 50 other skip-bow champions of Americans, and you're going to have to represent. You're going to have to do a whole tour across America where you play competitors, and then you'll go to Kazakhstan and you'll represent us.
Well, that sounds great, but is there an audience for skip bow?
Yeah, of course there's an audience for skip-bow. We're the makers of Uno.
Oh, okay.
We've got
You sound like you're from Tennessee, am I right?
Oh, get out of here. I think he found me out, guys. Yeah, I think we're done on that one. You know, I don't feel satisfied with that prank call. I think I'm going to prank call another board member. I think Bob was on to me, actually. That's gonna come. I'm going to do that in the 6 o'clock hour when these jokers are eating dinner. You know, I think we're going to bring up another video here, but I want to thank all of you who are participating. Wow, $4,000 already. That is great. You know, we're raising money for a really good cause tonight. Our Foothills Art Center education programs. Want to bring up a program that I think I talked earlier and told you guys that we like to pilot things a lot of times before we release them out into a wider audience. And one of the things that we launched this past January was our Artbox program. We did that with local artists, and we created these art boxes that had these guided activities from local artists, all, you know, with all the materials that you need, all the instructions that you need. We sold out of quite a bit of them. Oh, we're $385 away from the Golden Civic Foundation match. That's fabulous. Wow, great job, everyone. But, you know, we did these art boxes, and they were great. I think we only have a few left that are in stock, and you can see those on Foothills Art Center's website. I know that later on in the year, we're going to relaunch that after we gather some evaluation from the people that did buy them, and you'll see those again. But I do want to talk to you. We have a little short video here that talks about how we did that. So I am going to cue that up now, and I'll see you guys shortly.
We tried a lot of things when the pandemic took away our ability to do in-person classes. And as a staff, we brainstormed and we think about what do people want right now. And so we decided to reach out to 4 of our local artists, and we had them each create an art kit based on their own artwork.
I started doing mosaic art when I was in high school. I believe it was a class project to slow me down, and it sure did. People think my artwork's a little crazy, but I really enjoy the aspect of putting puzzles together and a unique format with magazines. There's so many fun things in here, like stickers, a magnet, greeting card, glue, which you'll need, oh, my favorite pencil ever, and my favorite kind of tweezers. Just because you may think you're not an artist doesn't mean you don't have an artistic bone in your body. I thoroughly think that everyone has a way to express themselves through art, and maybe you just have to find the right art form for you.
Hey everyone, I'm Ellen Nelson. I'm a professional fox, except that they have a black tip on their tail instead of a white tip. Check it out. These are red fox kits. Kits are what you call baby foxes, just like you would call a baby deer a fawn. Anyway, see the white tip on the tail? It's a red fox kit. Now look at the gray fox tail. See? It's a black tip. But there is another really cool difference between gray foxes and red foxes. Gray foxes can climb trees. They are the only fox species that can climb trees. Another fox that you may have seen is the silver fox. Some people call it a black fox, but it's officially a melanistic variation of the red fox, and it also has a white tip on its tail. Photographing wildlife is not always as easy as having them pose in your backyard. I have waited for hours just to get a glimpse of an animal, let alone a good photo. I went to this fox den location in my neighborhood about 5 times before I even saw the fox kit. I use my car as a blind so I do not startle the wildlife. This is what I normally use for wildlife photography. This is a fancy digital SLR camera. It's got a 200 to 500 millimeter zoom lens on it. You can see it goes from 200 to 500. 500 allows me to get even closer into the animals. And then this is a 200. But it is heavy. It's about 10 pounds. So sometimes I use something smaller. I have a Lumix, and so this is a smaller camera and it allows me to move around, or if I'm backpacking, this is a much better idea. You may have something like this. It's a one-shot camera, but guess what I use the most in all the times that I'm out taking photography? My phone, because that's what you've got with you. Here's an example of the recent supermoon photographed at 200 millimeters and at 500 millimeters. See how much closer I am with a 500 millimeter lens? Sometimes I just get lucky photographing wildlife. A few years ago, a neighbor called and said, "Ellen, get over here quick. There's a mountain lion in my backyard." I went to her house and she took me upstairs to their second floor bathroom. You could see the mountain lion across the yard, straight through the bathroom window. I took the screen off the window and quietly cranked it open. I closed the lid on their toilet and stood on it to get the shot. Can you believe it? I was standing on a toilet. I call this photo Stink Eye. I enjoy photographing the wildlife walking through my yard. You may have elk or deer or rabbits, chipmunks, squirrels, or birds that you can photograph outside. Or how about a sunset, or even your dog? You may be close enough to take the photo through a clean window. Here's how you do that. One of the things I like to do is when I'm inside and I look outside, I see something cool. I see a bird or a rabbit or raccoon. I don't want to scare it. So instead of opening up the door or the window, I photograph straight through the window. But how you do that to do a really good job is you need to take your camera or your phone, and here's the lenses right here, you put it flat up against the glass. That cuts out the reflection. If you have it slightly to the side where light's coming in this way or light's coming in from the top or the sides, then you'll get that reflection. You'll actually get a reflection of yourself on the glass. So have it right up against and you're ready to take the photo. Oh, look! Can you see the difference between the two photos I shot inside with my phone? This one has a reflection at the top because my phone was not flat up against the glass. And this photo has no reflection. It also helps if the inside of your house is dark. Hey, use this trick at zoo exhibits with glass barriers and aquariums. Thank you for watching my backyard wildlife video. I hope I gave you some ideas that you can try at home. I'm looking forward to seeing you all sometime in the future. You're welcome to contact me if you have any questions. Stay safe.
All right, we're back, folks. Back, if you're just joining us, tonight we're doing a telethon to benefit the education programs here at Foothills Art Center. And welcome. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on our homepage, foothillsartcenter.org, simultaneously. We've got a thermometer up here. We're at $4,100, people. That is no small feat, $4,100. thank you to the people that have donated so far tonight. We're going to be live till 7 p.m. That's a lot of time for us to get in trouble and totally make this whole thing go sideways. But hopefully that won't be the case. I'm Hassan Najjar. I'm the executive director here at Foothills. Thank you for being here tonight. Thanks for the people, over here, who are chatting in the chat box. Good to see all of you. If you're interested in making a donation, it's over here. Yeah, I'm getting my bearings, people. foothillsartcenter.org/donate, or just call us. If you're old school, you want to pick up the phone. Hey, what are you guys doing? I want to give you my money. That's fine. Do it that way. Thank you. I know that we are $285 away from our Golden Civic Foundation match for the evening. That triggers that $43.85 from them. So thank you so much for Golden Civic Foundation. I know that we are going to hit that goal in no time here. So what I want to do, and I also want to say real quick that if you're donating tonight, you're entered to win that VIP parking spot during Arts Week. And we all know that thing is worth more than 10 grand just on its own. So, it's a pretty sweet thing. So let's go back. We'll hear one more song at the end of the hour here from Marafiki as we hit the 5 o'clock hour. And then I'm going to bring Wes Hughes over and chat with him for a little bit. Wes is, I'll let Wes talk about himself when he comes. Let's just, I don't want to describe him because he's indescribable. So I'm just going to turn it over to the band. Take it away, guys. Let's give it up for Marafiki. I'm sure all of you are at home clapping your hands off. Wes, why don't you come over here?
Okay.
Let's chat. Let's get personal.
Not too personal.
No real personal.
Okay, but 6 feet apart personal.
6 feet apart personal. All right. So Wes Hughes is, I don't know. Wes is not an official employee, but is sort of like this, I don't know. We do a lot with Wes. And so
I'm the volunteer.
It's hard to describe you, Wes. But our house band tonight is Marafiki. Tell us about the band.
Well, these are my best friends, for real, best friends. Like, grew up, like, 2nd grade. Like, we go back, like, young guns. Played music together our whole lives, you know, and all these different iterations. And then, you know, one day we looked at each other and we said, you know what? Let's make it official. And we made a Facebook page. And it was relationship. It was Facebook official from there
right,
on.
Yeah, that's
you know?
that's how you do things.
Committed.
Right. Yeah.
Not it's complicated.
Right. Yeah. Where do you guys draw the inspiration from the music?
Honestly, like growing up here in Golden, like it's like a beautiful inspiration. Like with Red Rocks, right down the street, and seeing some of our like favorite acts growing up, like really developed a pretty diverse music taste right out the gun. But you know, we love food. We love everything pleasurable. So we write songs about skateboarding, hiking. We try to bring the enjoyment of our lives into the enjoyment of your lives, so we can share good life together. That's
you
what
guys
it's
make
about.
a great house band. I'll say that.
Thanks. Yeah. We were worried we were gonna burn down the house, you know, but maybe that'll be next time.
Yeah, maybe next time.
Mm-hmm.
If people are interested in having you guys play a function, how do they go about doing something like that?
Well, you can smoke signals. Really great way. We'll look for a house burning on the hill, and then
pigeon?
we're gonna come over there and play music as it burns to the ground.
Okay.
We really love. This is why they don't.
So you
get
play
me.
house burnings.
Yeah.
That's interesting. That's a niche market.
No, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram. Hit us up directly through there. Our email is Marafiki Musiki, MARAFIKI MUZUK MUZIKI. Yeah.
You can
at
also just
gmail.com.
email Wes at foothillsartcenter.org because somehow you got an email address here.
That's right.
So
Volunteer.
you could get a hold of Wes that way too. And then the band's name. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so Marafiki is Swahili for friends, my friends. And that's Rafiki's name in the Lion King. He's the friend. You know, that's literally what Rafiki means. And Marafiki is my friends, or my friends, plural. And yeah, Marafiki Musiki.
Wonderful. Well, thanks for being here, Wes.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
And can you
Really
introduce
grateful.
us to the rest of the bandmates? I mean, we can't see them, but we'd like to know their names.
This is Nathan Perkins.
You know, I'll just switch over to that camera.
Yeah.
And then they can just raise their hands.
Mm-hmm. Give a big old
There
smile.
we go.
Nathan Perkins over here.
All right.
Maverick Corley on the left. And Shane Oltman's in the back there,
Wonderful.
holding down the ones and twos.
Excellent. What are ones and twos?
They are alternating rhythms. That's kind of what creates the danceable rhythms that you move your feet to. Depending on if you're right foot or left foot lead, that's how you're going to dance. So you only got 2 feet. And I always say, oh, thanks, Rick, my man.
Rick believes in you guys.
Yeah. Oh, thank you guys so much for donating too. Like the Foothills Art Center is such an incredible establishment, and we're just so grateful to be a part of this community, and that you're a part of this community with us. So yeah, keep doing the good work out there, people.
Exactly. Foothills Art Center. It's not just visual art. We do all kinds of things. I don't think there's anything that we've put off limits for this organization, as long as it has to do with being creative and trying to solve problems and do new things. Oh, well, look at us. We are 700 away from the Hot Ones Challenge. Again, Eriq and Jane have to eat progressively hotter hot wings. That's going to be a show in and of itself.
So excited.
So $700 away from that. I would really definitely like to see that happen. And $50 away from the Golden Civic Foundation match. So we are well on our way, folks. As you guys, it is 5:10. You guys are, I don't know, where is everyone at 5:10? these days. You're about to leave work, maybe you're home, you're listening to this, trying to see what's going on. But we're glad you're joining us. So what I'm going to do now, let's see. So that's the update. We're 4,300. I think we're going to do some cake decorating. Like, I think that's going to happen now.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So I'll see you later, Wes.
All right, bye-bye.
They'll be back later, folks. And we're going to head over there. You know, I think maybe, Wes, can you turn one of those studio lights over there? Like maybe that one in front of you. Wonderful. This is live, people. It's live TV. So we're just doing the best that we can. Wonderful. And I'm going to transition the camera over to Cecile and to Jane, who are over there waving. And then I'm going to walk over and we're going to decorate some cake. And I'm going to hand this.
Hi, everybody. My name is Cecile Forsberg, and I'm the development director. And in my spare time, I love to bake. Went to Johnson & Wales, so here, what? Wore the chef outfit, the whole thing. So what we are going to do today is have a competition between I just saw Eriq over there, between live TV, between Hassan and Jane, and this is what they are going to be trying to decorate in 6 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So we're looking for some green little details on the bottom, some lovely 2 yellow stripes on the side, nice smooth icing, 3 roses on top, and some nice little leaf decorations there. And you've got all the tools that I use to make these. So I'm going to grab my phone real quick and start the timer. Be right back. Yeah, you can have questions. Okay, so this is to help make your roses. It's a rose needle. So you pipe your roses on top of this little bad boy, and then you place them on your cake. That might be as much information I'm going to give you about that one, because I want to see what you guys can do here. Okay. Hang on, I'm going to get my phone, start a timer. All right, what do you guys think? Do you think 6 minutes? Do you think that's enough time?
I'm going to do it in 3.
You're going to do it in 3? All right, 3, 2, 1, start. Oh, good God. This is going to be great, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this happening. Yep, Hassan's got the bench scraper out here. Nope, changing his mind. And back to the, oh, look at this attitude. We've got bench scraper. We got some decorations going on here. This is great. I'm really glad I didn't give you guys any more. Oh, it's coming out the top. Jane is on it. So the winner of this, Jane's winning, yeah! All right, Hassan, get it. All right, you guys have 5.5 minutes. We might have to extend this a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. No? I really like Jane's situation she's got going on over here. She's a big fan of the bench scraper. Hassan is the perfectionist, making some really, really nice, smooth icing going on. Oh, Jane's got a couple of yellow stripes here happening. Okay. Hassan is a little behind and just still on the yellow icing, the white icing. It's happening. It takes the most time. Well, we'll see if that takes the most time. All right, I appreciate that we've got quite a bit of icing on everyone's hands. Keep going. Okay, you've got 4.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Look at these. We're getting some nice little decorations along the bottom. Jane's putting on some finishing touches. Just kidding. Jane, what would you call that little decoration you're putting on there?
Just quick mom style, getting it done, I would say.
Perfect, the quick mom style. And Hassan, what would you call those stripes? Would you say that those are pretty even?
Yes, maybe.
Yes, maybe. All right, we have a yes, maybe on the, oh. Is it though? It was not done on purpose, but it's what I did to make mine. So you've got, that is a rose nail to pipe your roses to. You can do whatever all right, she's going straight on the cake there. You guys have 3.5 minutes. Jane is going straight on the cake. Let's see how Hassan does with the nail here versus Yeah, look at this fun little situation he's got going on here. It looks like a halfway decent rose. Oh yeah, upside down. Saved it. Jane's got it too. Oop. I don't know. Here's another tool down there. Yeah, don't look at me. All right. So right now we've got at least 2 blobs of purple on Hassan's and almost 2 blobs of purple on Jane's. So we're getting close. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have 2.5 minutes left. Make it look good. All right, so the winner, whoever does the cake the best here, gets to take home the nice cake for the kiddos. Because I know you both have kids at home, so you can take home both cakes, give your children a sugar high, and then you guys can hang out with them tonight because I'm lucky I won't have to. Oh, Hassan's putting on some leaves. He's got the just squeeze the bag as hard as you possibly can technique going on. Mama's got this. Brendan and Dylan. There we go. Let's see if you get this cake. Hassan's got some leaves going on here. Uh-oh, Jane. We've got some awesome spirals. We have officially 2 minutes. 2 minutes left, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know. I feel like I'm missing some yellow stripes on yours, Jane. I'm gonna give you a little bit of Yes. This is getting good, ladies and gentlemen. Really, really good. Hand cramps over here. Yes. That is a normal situation. Okay, let's see. We've got 1 minute and 40 seconds. I'm going to give you guys just a little bit of time. Put some finishing touches on it. Maybe I should have only given you 5 minutes here. I really appreciate the audible sounds that I can hear that you guys may not be able to hear. I feel like we might have to do a poll. Oh, Hassan is done, and so is Jane. Okay, under time, ladies and gentlemen. So here's the question. Who did it best? Let's see what the people in the comments are saying here. Can you guys show off your cakes a little bit to the camera? Okay. So number 1 is Hassan's. Next to the original here. That's pretty okay. We've got some grass kind of situations on top. And then we've got Jane's. All right. Let's see. Nailed it. Jane. Hassan's, as he says, is the better one. The original. All right. What are our folks in the chat saying? Ooh. There's a poll going. Awesome. Anna has a poll going. So she is going to let us know which one of our contenders here wins the cake to take home. Hassan's going to taste the frosting. Pretty good? Okay. When we were prepping for this, Hassan did say all he was going to do was just squeeze the frosting into his face and not decorate. So we have lots of extra frosting here. Hey, look. It looks I think yours does too, Jane. I think you guys did a pretty remarkable job in under 5 minutes. Okay, I see how this is going. We might have to split this nice cake down the middle. We'll see. What does our poll say, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. I need a cue from the room. I have not officially been a professional baker, but I went to Johnson & Wales about 2 years ago. Just decided I wanted to learn a whole bunch more. Started a fun side business with a friend of mine called Campfire Sweets, which was a great time, and we just baked like crazy.
So Cecile does that.
Yes.
And then you also play a musical instrument.
Yes.
And tell us more about that.
I am also a violinist. And let's see who won. Oh. Undecided. It's so close. It's undecided. I can't quite see the poll from here, so I'm going to need a thumbs up from everybody. I know, they're pretty close, Eriq.
Well, as the in-house curator, I feel especially well equipped to judge. You know, it's got to be this one. And I didn't know who did which, but I think the having this on around the bottom, and these look like fern leaves, like, yeah, you know, like not the right leaves for the plant, but they look more like leaves than this is zucchini noodles up here. Just my humble opinion.
Well, we can't see the poll, but we will be right back in the comments with the poll and get that back to you. So I'm going to hand it back over to Hassan. Thanks for decorating cakes, guys.
You're welcome. We've got a staff with many talents. If you guys need, poll says me, clinched it. If you guys need me to decorate cakes, don't call me because it doesn't look that good. But thanks for participating. Feels good to win. I'm a sore winner. I am going to switch cameras back. All right. Oh, that was fun. I really enjoyed that. Fun challenge. Cecile, very talented, plays musical instruments, bakes stuff. We got a lot of creative people here at Foothills Art Center doing a lot of weird, creative, different things. And I think that ultimately creates a better product at the end of the day for the public because we have such a multifaceted staff. So let's see, still at 4,300. Really want to watch Eriq eat hot wings. That's coming up. I know that's going to happen. Still what? Oh, there we go. Lori Clark, thank you. Oh, we're at $4,500. So newsflash, we hit our Golden Civic Foundation match. So this 4,500 is actually 40 or what? 85. Yeah, it's actually 88.85 because you triggered that extra amount. So wonderful. So thank you all. Wow, really got us over the finish line there, Lori. Thank you. Great. So now we're only $500 away? $500 away from Eriq eating some really hot wings and answering personal probing questions. I think that's fabulous, and I would love to see that. So we'll hit that 5K mark, I'm fairly confident, as people tune in to the live stream. Thank you all for being here. Foothillsartcenter.org, or you can call 303-279-3922. If you're just joining us, our live telethon tonight is to support the education programs here at Foothills Art Center. We've got our staff here working behind the scenes. We've got our house band, Marafiki, playing wonderful music. So yeah, we're doing really good. I think now I think I'm going to move on to Eriq, actually. I'm going to have Eriq introduce the Young Curators program, and he's going to interview a few of them as well. But before I do that, I want to play a short video for you guys. This is a video that we played during our gala, and it gives a really good, I think, sort of behind-the-scenes look, really broad overview of what we do here at Foothills Art Center. So I'm going to play that for you guys, and then when we get back, we'll have Eriq on the mic, and he'll talk about some of our wonderful programs that we've started up this year. So here we go.
I think back to when I was a kid, right? My local community, my local art center was my first experience with being exposed to arts, and it was very similar to Foothills Art Center.
Coming to visit Foothills as kids on an elementary school trip was the first time I was here, and then later in high school.
It's extremely fun, and if you want to learn how to do art, then this is the place.
Any strong, thriving community has at its core good cultural entities and good arts entities. It's a key component to having a creative side to a community, and so we have to think about as we plan for the future of the city, and particularly the core of our city.
I think being involved with an organization like Foothills, both the staff, the members, and others that are involved, get a really dynamic experience.
I think that a unique piece of the FAC in serving just beyond like maybe the traditional view of a gallery offers families and kiddos and the community because it has designated classroom space that's meant to be used and to get messy and to be part of the work of what the center is.
The classes are just very varied, and it really has drawn in the community because there is so much variety. And then a few years ago they started doing summer camps for the children in the neighborhood, and that has gone over very well.
If I find a camp that I like, I keep doing it and I don't stop. We do lots of things like pastels, paints, just drawing and learning different techniques. It's probably one of the best camps I know, just to have fun.
Kiddos and families already see this as a place where they can come and explore and enjoy or take courses. I know that Foothills can be a great bridge or a key to that. And so I think that that makes a healthy, strong community when you can have those great generational connections as well.
When you're young, you kind of look at art galleries as these kind of like snooty places that are kind of out of touch and out of reach of the like ground level young artists. For Foothills to break down that barrier and open up a place of expression for artists to step into their own, it's so beautiful to see the way that Foothills has made its platform so accessible.
Regardless of what kind of artist you are, or how much exposure you've had, there's a place for you here as an artist. And there's a real strong sense that everyone here is cheering for each other and supporting each other.
And as a fiber artist, I feel that support ongoing. I feel like I need to support Foothills because Foothills supports me.
Well, support of the Foothills Art Center, is important from a community standpoint, because the more that the community puts into the Foothills Art Center, the more that the community is going to get back out of the Foothills Art Center.
I think it's always important when giving that you know who you're giving to, you know how the funds will be used.
General operating support pays for the lights, it pays for staffing, it pays for materials, it pays for really all of the things that make this institution run during the year. Oh boy, the staff is, they're dynamite. We've got Maura, who is in charge of our educational programs. Eriq is in charge of everything that you see on the wall. Anna is our marketing person, and so the weekly emails, the social media posts. Cecile is our newest staff member. She's our director of development. Sherry keeps all of us sane, but she also does all of the accounting and the books and the budgets. And then, of course, me, executive director. And I couldn't be more thankful to have such a rock star group that's bringing not only the arts to Golden and beyond, but really willing to listen to what people want in an art center and then turning right around and putting that into action.
I believe that, if you can see and enjoy art and have positive feelings from that, that makes all the work that we do especially meaningful.
Foothills has been here for 52 years now, and it's because of the people who have invested in us over that length of time. They make an investment in Foothills Art Center. We want to make sure that that investment pays off.
Having Foothills in Golden to work with artists across all different kinds of medium is really much larger than any one single person or even the community here. It's leaving a footprint on the history of this town, and contributing to the story of Golden.
With our program that Maura was explaining earlier, where we've kind of bolted on an internship to one of our existing shows, and this is something that we're going to be doing annually. So with me here are our three curators, young curators, Kayla, Katad, and Jojo. Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, my name is Katad Dazgan, and I don't know. I do sculpture, installation, 3D art, and I've been researching recently conceptual art. So, yeah, that's what I do.
Hello, I'm Kayla Wong, and I usually do art with like colored pencils and graphite. But I've started to paint more, and yeah.
Hi, I'm JoJo Pennington. I usually do painting. I love acrylic, and I'm a portrait artist.
And they're all incredibly talented. I just want to add that. I've been working with them directly. We've been laying out a show. We juried a show together. We've done a couple of little technique workshops together. We learned how to frame. We've been working directly with Janet Nunn to design this show, both curating from her collection of work and from a number of works that were entered into the show. We juried about 50% of those works in, and we have like this multi-dimensional, very varied show highlighting both the works of Janet Nunn and the works of local water media artists. So I just want to ask you guys a few questions just to get to know you a little better and talk about the program a little bit. So we put this together really quickly, this whole concept, and you guys was very courageous of you to join. But coming into something like this, knowing that the program's never been done before, what was your biggest fear or concern coming in to a commitment like this with people that you didn't know in an institution that you may or may not have visited before?
I think, as silly as it sounds, I worried that the people would be hard to get along with, but as obviously now I know that's not the case. Everyone here is amazing. They're all super nice. They're all super supportive. Everyone's very helpful, and just it's a good community to be around.
Yeah, and for me it was the uncertainty. I guess it was the first year, and we just didn't, I guess, have like a solid outline. But as soon as we met the first time, Eriq gave us the whole structure, and we had great communication, and yeah, we figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with Kutad and JoJo. I also think that I wasn't sure if I would be able to provide like enough experience, and and so like I wasn't sure, but I feel like it was a great opportunity to try new things and meet new people and stuff.
I just have to thank you all again for being a part of it, because if it wasn't for you all, it would just be like Maura, Janet, and I in a room doing what we're always doing, more or less, like, making the decisions we're always making. And one thing that we're trying to do at Foothills more and more is get different perspectives towards the shows that we're doing. So we sat down and actually juried a show together, and despite all of my predilections, let you guys really take the wheel on what was going to be in the show, what was not going to be in the show, and also the design, what's going to be in what room, how are we going to lay this thing out. So now that we've kind of gone through that experience and looking forward to next week where we're actually going to start to install the show, what has been kind of the biggest challenge so far?
I would say the planning my time, because I feel like I've never really done a program or internship like this before, so I had to really like be on top of things. And then also with organization, with with curating and understanding that there's a lot more that goes on behind the scenes than I thought there was. But it was a really great experience so far. So.
For me, it was actually the piece I'm working on for the Flow State exhibition. We're working with Janet. She's a famous water media artist, and Eriq, his job is to judge art. So it was I had this, I guess, motivation to do better and make better. But Eriq and Janet and Maura never really, I guess, judged us, and they were always supportive. So there's that. Yeah.
For me, the concept of pleasing everyone is not something that you can do, especially in a show. So when we were jurying pieces, we went from around 40 pieces to 17 is what we decided.
I think it was 19.
19. And it was
basically half.
Yeah. And so the hardest part for me and the biggest challenge was that you can't please everyone and you can't take all of the pieces of art. And I think that was just hard because you learned how to be not picky, but selective about just what you put in the show.
Yeah, I agree. That's always a serious challenge. And I'm just going to add one that you guys didn't mention, but I think was challenging and is always challenging for me in a show. But we had some artists asking for feedback after being not invited to the show, and then we have to stand firm in our decision, but we also want to offer something to the artist and thank them for being a part of the show and tell them what was successful about their art and where we think they can take it in the future. It's important to remember that you make a decision and it's based on your own kind of opinions. This is all opinions, it's all subjective, but you do what you can to find the merits that you recognize and tell people where to go in the future. And I think talking to people about their art is both my favorite part of the show, of shows in general, of doing this work, but telling people, sorry, it's not going to be in this show, and still talking to them about their art, and it can be very difficult, and you have to figure out the best way to talk about that. So you guys all did excellently when I asked you to give this artist feedback. I think that was something you really excelled at. So we're looking forward. We've got tonight, this interview. We also are going to be doing an opening. We have an article that's going to be coming out in our magazine from Katad. And we're going to actually be doing the physical installation of the show coming up. So what are you most excited about going forward as we come into kind of the second half of this program?
I definitely think it's seeing everything put together, because all three of us, we would sit where we're putting the gallery together, and we taped up the pictures of Janet's work when we were laying out where her pieces were going to be. And we taped out how big they were going to be so we could have a general idea of what size everything was. But I think what I'm most excited to see is everything framed and up on the wall, because it's like coming all together, and it's something as a whole, just really exciting.
Yeah, similar with JoJo, I think seeing the artwork in real life would be really exciting, because we see the pictures of the pieces, but I think the colors will look way differently and more vibrant and exciting when we get those pieces.
Yeah, I think it's always really fun to see like your plan come to real life. So I think that's something that I'm really excited to look forward to and stuff.
Again, thank you guys just so much for being here. Just the last question before we go into our next segment is hopefully this becomes an annual program. I don't see any reason why it shouldn't. I feel like it's already been very fruitful and very substantive for you guys. Two-part question. Would you encourage a peer to participate in this next year if somebody you knew was like, hey, how about that Foothills Art Center Young Curators internship? I hope I know the answer to that question. Second question is, what advice would you give them going in?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend this to a peer. I think it was a really great way to figure out and understand and experience what real world applications of art are. And for the advice that I would give them, I think it would be to not be hesitant to like talk about your ideas and stuff, because open and enjoyable environment where everybody.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I would recommend this program, and the advice I would give is, if you don't love art, don't come here. You don't belong here. And I guess communicate. That's really important, and don't hesitate to ask questions and learn as well. So yeah.
I agree with both of them. Yes, I would most definitely invite all of my friends that love art to this internship. It's been super fun, and it's a great learning experience. My advice would be ready for anything and be ready to voice your opinion. Like both of them said, it's a very open space. No one's going to judge you. You can laugh with each other. You can just voice your opinions, and you don't need to worry about being, I guess, discriminated against for your opinion. And it's really nice just because it's true and it's fun.
Well said. And if you are somebody who hates art, please come see us, because we're going to help you get through that. So one of the fundamental themes of this experience, the internship, has been teamwork. So we have a game that we're going to play right now. that's going to require a hell of a lot of teamwork and some very good communication skills. We know JoJo's the talker of the group, and we're going to put her ability to communicate to the test. We're going to be blindfolding Katad and Kayla, and they're going to be working together in a team fashion on a painting, trying to recreate one of the most well-known masterpieces that will be unknown to them. JoJo will have to describe and coach them through the process, and at the end of 6 minutes, we're going to see if Katad and Kayla, with their blindfolds off, can guess what it is they were working on. So give us just 5 seconds, and we'll set up here.
This will be a good time for me to give an update on where things are while they're setting up. I'm just going to leave the camera on them while they set up. So we are at 52:50. Up next, we're going, or a little later on, we're going to have our hot wings eating here with Eriq. We're going to listen to the band. Again, we're going to talk about darling artist Janet Nunn in a few here as they get set up. Wonderful. Thanks to everyone for being with us and learning more about our Young Curators program. This is going to be intense. I can tell already. Yeah. Nice. Wonderful.
Okay, are we ready? Can somebody get a timer going?
Yeah. I got it. How long?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you this mic as soon as we start. Okay. Maybe they should put a brush in their hands to start, just for. There's kind of big, medium, small. Okay. JoJo, here, you take the microphone.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nope. Okay. This is the painting. So it's a portrait, guys. So Kayla, you're doing the face. And and Katad, you're doing her clothes, okay? So Kayla, your main colors are going to be the skin colors. So your skin colors in the middle of. Oh. I'm going. We're going.
Timer started. Go.
Okay. In the middle. That's the water cup. Put your arm a little more forward. A little more. Here. There we go. Okay, you got your paint now. So go to the canvas. Do a circle. Okay.
5 minutes, 40 seconds.
You're going to want to fill it in. So I'll give you a bigger brush here. And give me your other brush. So Katad, you're going to grab right here. So there's your paint. And then Katad, you're grabbing the black paint right here. So Kayla, you're filling in her face right now. And then Katad, you're doing her skirt. Go a little bit more over to the right. No, Katad. Yeah. So do like a shoulder shape. That is a shoulder shape. So all right. Perfect. Now you're just going to want to fill that in. So Kayla, you're going to take the white and you're going to do the highlights of the face. So go to your left a little bit and then start painting. Try to blend it out as much as you can. Go a little bit more to your left. Left. There you go. Perfect. Okay. And then Katad, I'm going to give you the light brown here. And you're going to highlight her shoulder. And you're going to do the highlights on the shoulder. So go closer. Right there. Perfect. Okay. Kayla, you're going to do her neck. So come here. You're going to take your skin color and you're going to go towards the canvas a little bit and down. Go to your left. There you go. Keep going down. You have to. Okay. And then I know. Okay, Kayla, give me your arm. You're gonna take the blue, and you're going to do her headband. So go to your right. Right there, and then go straight line. There you go. And then like up and down, like a frown. That works. Can you guess now?
That's
okay.
3 minutes.
We are cultured. Okay. You're gonna make your line thicker. So give me your. Yeah. Can you guys finish the painting? I'll get you to the colors. What do you need? Do you? I mean, okay. You can. Do you? Okay. Here, Kayla, you can do the rest of the headpiece. Give me your hand. And then you're gonna go in the yellow, and you're gonna do like the tail of her headpiece. So you're gonna go to the right of the canvas.
2 minutes.
Go up.
We need some hurry up music, Wes.
Up and down. That works. Okay. So Gutad, you're gonna take the black and you're gonna finish the top of her robe. So go to your right a little bit, and then like do her back part. So go up, and then go down, like then connect your shoulders. So go down and then swoop out to the right a little bit, and then just yeah. And then curve out that line on the end. Can you do that? Yeah, there you go. And then you're going to take more black. Here.
90 seconds.
More black, and then you're going to go to your left. Nope. A little bit more to your right. Up. And then fill in that. I said fill in. And then just like go back and forth. To your right. Go up. Okay. Kayla, you do the neck. Okay. I'm gonna take this, and you're going to go to the bottom of your neck. So go to your right a little bit.
50 seconds.
Then face the canvas. You're not. Go closer to the canvas, and then draw a line. Yeah. There you go. That's perfect. And then here, Gutad, you can do the signature white piece. Oh yeah.
30 seconds.
Yeah. I don't know if you're gonna even be able to see the pearly link. There's a lot of white. Here. You need white on your brush. You're just gonna do a dot. Down, down. Oh. Down. To your right, to your right, to your right. More. More.
4, 3,
Yeah.
1.
How's your guys' masterpiece?
Let's take a look at it.
Okay, so for reference, it's the girl with the pearly earring, right? Is what you guys guessed. This is yeah, the ear. Which one's your earring? That one. It is a good shoulder. Her neck is a little wide, and the necks are not very aligned. There's Kayla's neck is over here, and then Gutad's neck is over here. But for the most part, I think you guys did good for the fact that you cannot see anything. Yes, this is real talent. This is utmost talent of everyone.
Thank you guys so much. Thanks for playing along, playing our game. It was a good job. It wasn't easy.
No, it wasn't.
The fact that you guys guessed it just based on the description, I thought was really impressive. The blue, you knew blue and yellow headband. There we go. Well, we're gonna I think section here, we're going to give Janet Nunn a call and talk to her a little bit about her perspective on the program and how miserable you guys have been to work with. And but thank you guys so much for being here.
Thanks,
Kick it over to
guys.
Sam.
Thanks, Eriq. I love some of those quotes. If you don't like art, don't come here. That's pretty declarative. No, if you don't like art, do come here, and then we'll have Eriq prove you wrong. So no, thanks for that. Thanks for everyone sticking around to learn about our Young Curators program. Right now we're at 5275, and that is awesome. So we're gonna do the Hot Wings challenge in a little bit here, but first I want to talk a little bit about Janet Nunn. Janet has been teaching in some way, shape, or fashion with Foothills Art Center for 20 years now. And so I'm going to call Janet up, actually. I'm going to put her on speakerphone. I'm not going to prank call Janet because that would be mean. Man, do it to a board member, but I wouldn't do that to Janet. Janet, hey. Hey, so we are live at the telethon here, and we were just talking about you and talking about your time here at Foothills Art Center. And so just kind of wanted to get you on the phone and chat with our audience at home. And I'm curious, how did you get mixed in with this organization?
Art classes, and I thought, oh, I should teach here. Drove in, talked to people there, and believe it or not, they said yes. And it's been 20 years I've been doing that. That's really a long time, isn't it?
That is a long time. I like the concept there, because it's like if it's like the worst they can do is say no, right? And I feel like a lot of artists should certainly embrace that ethos, right?
Oh yes, oh yes. And we have had a really fun time doing art at Foothills. I mean, we have tried things. We have some are successes, and some we are improvements, and some are just lessons. So we've had a good time.
If you're teaching classes for 20 years, what has been the big difference that you've seen from when you first started to now, as far as the body of work, the students, what you guys have been creating, all of that?
Wow, that is a really good question, because yes, it has changed a lot through the years, just because there's so much interaction with everybody when they take a class. And sometimes, we do a class and we will paint flowers, and then everybody hates flowers, so then we paint trees, and then there's other things that we're going to paint. So we just go through and figure out a good way to paint things. And in the beginning, I think I really used a brush a lot, and now we use things like plastic wrap, wax paper, we throw paint, and we have just an enjoyable time creating. So, yes, it has changed a lot. And one thing I did want to say, the staff. Oh, my gosh. The staff before, not to say anything bad about the people before, but you guys have it. You have it figured out. Everything. People know where they're supposed to be. Everything is just done perfectly. And I think you guys have a great staff.
Thank you, Janet. That means a lot to me to hear that. So I really appreciate that feedback. One of the last questions I want to ask is, I know that you have students that you have taught for a long time, and people I see retake your classes. They come to a lot of the things that you do, no matter you're here, you're teaching somewhere else. Can you tell us about the growth in your students that you've been able to see over time?
Yes. I've had a couple of students who gave up on art. And because of a family member or friend said, I bought you an art class for Christmas. I know you used to love art. I think you should take an art class. And this is one person in particular, and she took the art class, and she said, I forgot how much I enjoyed having an art class and how much it meant to me. And this particular person has been so excited to paint and to get back into painting. And then I've had people, oh my goodness, never taken an art class before, but they remember in kindergarten they loved art. And yeah, that's really good if they remember that far. But they loved art, and they want to recreate what they learned back then, but doing it in an adult fashion. And that's what we do. And it's just really enjoyable. And I guess the other thing is we take a lot of people, whether they've just started out taking art, and people that have been in national shows who are awesome artists, and we put them all together in one class. And it's wonderful. It's so much fun.
Oh, wonderful. Love hearing that. And the few times that I've been able to drop into a class and say hi, or just, come up and get my hands dirty, I know it's a wonderful sense of accomplishment in a very short amount of time that you're able to bring out of students. And that is somewhat priceless for people to be able to have that. So I thank you personally for being able to bring that, that joy of art, the skill that you have with teaching people and making them feel comfortable with the medium. So thank you, Janet. I really appreciate you. I know we all really appreciate you here at Foothills Art Center, and I know your students really appreciate you. So thanks. Glad we were able to chat, and thanks for being part of this.
Yay!
All right, bye-bye, Janet.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, wonderful. Love that. Love that. Let's give it up for Janet Nunn, who's just amazing. I know we've got a couple short videos here that I'm going to play real quick, about Janet. And so I'm going to tee those up. Little update, 5275. We're well on our way to hitting that 10K at the end of the night. We are 4110 to our goal, which is fantastic. That's not that far away. We still have a couple things. We hit 7,500 here. Apparently, I'm going to be boxing with Eriq. He's got the pads over there. Should be doable. I feel good about it. And then we hit 10 grand. We're going to be spending the night at Astor House. We're going to be recording that. That place has been there since 69. So I feel like there's a lot of unresolved issues maybe that happened there during the nighttime. Spectral energy, as Eriq says. I believe it. So yeah, I'm going to tee this up here, and we will see you guys in a little bit.
Janet Nunn is a local artist. She's a local watercolor artist, and she is also a watercolor instructor, and she has been teaching classes at Foothills for 20 years this year. And we are going to celebrate her with an exhibit called Flow State.
I would say that the Foothills Art Center is just a wonderful place.
Okay, I think I've got a technical difficulty there on that video. So I'm going to come back to that. In the meantime, let's go to the band while I fix that issue. I told you guys it wasn't going to be perfect. So we're going to transition to Marafiki playing a song here, and then we will come back to that. There we go. Oh, you guys brought the heat for that. That was good. That was good. That's good. I had to turn your levels down a little bit. You guys are redlining there. Cool. That was good. It was a good jam session. Marafiki, everyone. Wonderful. 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 Clap, clap, clap. You guys are great. So, where are we at? 5275. Wonderful. I'm going to try playing that Janet Nunn video one more time. I had some technical difficulties earlier. So we will go to that now. And then I think we're going to watch Eriq and Jane eat some really hot wings. So here it comes, folks.
Janet Nunn is a local artist. She's a local watercolor artist, and she is also a watercolor instructor, and she has been teaching classes at Foothills for 20 years this year. And we are going to celebrate her with an exhibit.
Still having technical difficulties on that one for some reason. So I do want to play a couple thank yous, and we'll fix that at some point because I really want to show that video. But I know that Janet's, a couple of Janet's students recorded some thank yous, and so we're going to play those, and we're going to see if we can get our act together. Tom Sarmo, clapping for me. Love it. Thank you.
My name is Bernie. I've been painting with Janet for 13 years. Fun time. She helped bring out the artist within me and taught me that less is best, except for coffee, wine, chocolate, and golf. You are absolutely incredible, and I thank you for bringing out my creative artist essence.
Hi, Janet, all my fellow artist friends. I'm Pattie Jones. I'm from Westminster, and I've taken painting classes from Janet for about 9, maybe 10 years, and loved every minute of them. I've always been an artist, but I think Janet has taught me to be a painter, which is pretty specific and pretty cool. And I love traveling with her, going to the ranch. I can't wait to go to Italy one of these days when COVID's all done and gone. And I hope to see you all out at Foothills. Bye.
Hello, my name is David Perry. I took my first ever art class at Foothills Art Center with Janet Nunn in 2011, 10 years ago. And what a difference my life has been in the 10 years since meeting Janet. I took many more classes at Foothills. I joined a weekly painting class, met artists of all talents and abilities, and have made art part of my life since meeting Janet. I now see shadows in cobalt violet. I know the sky is not blue. It's probably 2 or 3 kinds of blue, depending on the time of day. Right, Janet? And I know vermilion is actually a color now, which I never knew that before. So Janet Nunn and Foothills Art Center, thank you so much for what you did to change my life and bring art into it. It has been a wonderful 10 years since meeting both of you, and I wish both of you continued success together. Thank you.
Janet Nunn is a local artist. She's a local watercolor artist, and she is also a watercolor instructor, and she has been teaching classes at Foothills for 20 years this year. And we are going to celebrate her with an exhibit called Flow State.
I would say that the Foothills Art Center is just a wonderful place to go and learn. And one of the things I teach is watercolor. My background is my grandmother was an art teacher, so I've always done art. And my husband and I owned a business. We retired from it, and I needed stuff to do. So 20 years ago, I went to the Foothills Art Center and said, you know, I've been teaching some classes. I love to teach here because you guys have a lot of watercolorists, and I think it would be a lot of fun. And that's how I started my journey with Foothills. And there's been people in and out of Foothills, but the cool part about it is the people that take the classes, they just keep coming out of the woodwork.
Janet and Foothills believe it's about the learning process. not necessarily just the end product. And I mean, we're 52 and she's been here 20 years of that, and we're still celebrating artists and community. I hope we can continue to do that.
Some of them have been with me through the whole time. Some have come in and out, but they always know that when they come to class that they're going to learn something, and they're going to learn something that they haven't learned in any other class. And it's going to be fun because the people in the class are in the same boat. And it's kind of like going to kindergarten. We all share. Everybody shares in class. The supplies are mainly kitchen tools, stuff when I'm cooking. This is just so fun. So you make a brush out of wax paper. You dip it in the paint and you swoosh.
It's constantly new. What's incredible to me with her classes is I have probably seen hundreds of her lessons in just 5 years. She has not repeated one. I have no idea how she hasn't done that. Janet Nunn is fun.
Painting what we have in Colorado, trees and landscape. And I love pushing the paint on the mountains. This is not what the mountains really look like, but when I push the paint, it gives you the feeling of, wow, I really love the way the sun is hitting the mountains and what it does to the snow. All it takes is a little guidance, and I think that's why I've had people so long that have been coming in and out of class, because they want to learn something and they want to get excited about painting in watercolors.
Hi, I'm Toni Lefton, Mines Professor, Student Arts Advocate, and a member of Foothills Art Center. I'm a lover of the arts and a big fan of what happens to the left and right side of our brain to make all that magic happen. Mines has a symbiotic relationship with Foothills Art Center, where we celebrate the importance of the arts in our community. And Foothills has been an essential partner in that creative endeavor. So thank you all for supporting Foothills Art Center and sharing this love we have for our creative sides.
And we are back. Hope you guys enjoyed that video there. Janet Nunn, you are a treasure. Thank you so much. Flow State is the exhibit that is happening this summer, featuring Janet's work and her students' work. That is a show that our Young Curators program, that's what they're curating, working on that show. So make sure you come and see that this summer. It'll definitely be up during Arts Week, I'm sure. And Arts Week, you know, that's going to be July 8th through 15. And if you're making donations tonight, you get entered into a drawing to win the VIP parking spot. And if you've been to Arts Week before, you know, if you come at the wrong time, you got to probably walk a hot 15 minutes to get there. So, you know, we're just going to pull the velvet rope aside, let you park right there at the front, and you're going to be good to go. So make sure you get those donations in 303-279-3922 if you want to call in, or just go to foothillsartscenter.org. It's all right there. And we're at 5275. We're well on our way to hitting this 10K at the end of the night here. We've got a little less than an hour left with us. So let's go eat some hot wings and ask some personal questions of Eriq, our curator. So I'm going to transition to that over there. Now you guys are nice and live.
Now, can you hear me?
Let's roll that back. Can you hear us both now? Check. Sorry, everybody. Jane, got to do your intro again. Jane, I just want to say, before we start this, that I'm a pretty tough guy.
Okay.
And I'm feeling a little sniffly. So I'm excited to just get a little hot sauce in.
Yeah.
Just get cleared out.
It's good for you.
So bring it on is really what I'm saying.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to start with the first one, which is Frank's Red Hot Sweet Chili Sauce.
This is baby stuff.
Baby
Let's
stuff.
just say that.
Let's start with
Let's
that.
not hide the ball here.
So
this is light work. Okay.
So we'll start with an easy question. Okay.
Okay. Wait. Should we eat the wing first? Okay, let's do the wing first.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a little extra sauce on here just to make sure Janie isn't going easy on us. We're gonna do that.
Do it.
On each wing. So, but we know this is easy. This is that sweet chili sauce. This has got mostly sugar in it. It's like honey. Whoop. Light work. And I'm gonna set the mic aside.
You put a lot on mine. Okay. Easy. Easy. Okay. Your question is,
That was nothing. Just saying.
who is your favorite artist of all time?
Oh. Man. This is really difficult. My favorite artist of all time.
This is the easy one, Eriq.
Well, I know. I look at a lot of art. See a lot of art. Where do we want to go? You know, I'm going to go classic, I think, because coming up young, one of the pieces that really impacted me huge was the ceiling of the Sistine Chapel when I was a kid. So I'm thinking back to before I started looking at art all the time and we were just in school, and I'm going to say Michelangelo. And one of the things that really fascinated me about Michelangelo and why at that time he was my favorite was because I was so impressed with his paintings, and then I go and do a school project on him and learn that he hated painting and he didn't want to do that work, and it was absolutely agonizing for him, but it was a commission and he needed the money. And
oh, okay.
that was really fascinating to me, and I just could not believe how incredibly talented he was, and the thought of the amount of work and the scale of that project. And that was just early on, young. We're talking like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. That really had an impact on me. So I'm going to say that.
All right. Nice. Okay, number 2. We are moving to Nando's Peri Peri sauce. Okay. Put a little extra on there. This one looks hot. Be careful.
That's most fair. If I pour the sauce, she can pick the one that she thinks has less. So now we're level 2. This is garlic flavor, so it's not like pure chili death, but it's got a name. I don't know what peri peri is, so if there's some name on there you don't recognize, that's always a risk. Okay. That is significantly hotter.
I misjudged that one.
That one might have needed to be level 3.
Yeah. You're ready for your question?
Yeah, let's go.
What is something amazing that you have seen art do in someone's life?
I thought these were going to be personal.
Well, I picked them and they're weird, and that's how
amazing I've seen art do in somebody's life.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Okay, here you go. Coming up in high school, I'm going to go back for all these questions, but now we're a little bit older. So in high school, I had a teacher named Mrs. Tretner, and she was running a program called Advertising Art. So we had a classroom, room 111. It's a big open studio. Yeah, it was a big open studio space, and there was a group of us, kind of like, the art nerds and skateboarders and punk kids, and art gave us that room and that space and that sense of community, and that teacher believed enough in us to give us real honest professional experiences where we were like working. I remember we worked with a local jeweler and we had a contest for their logo. We worked with a band and we did a contest for their album. Yeah. So it wasn't for me, yeah, but also for everybody else who got to be in that room. I think art really gave us a place to be and a sense of community and direction in high school. Like for freshman through senior year, and by senior year I was spending 5 out of 8 periods a day in that room, like helping her, assisting her with her teaching, and it was really
nice.
What got me into education, and I just really impressed with what that did for all the kids that got to be in there.
Love that answer. Okay,
Level 3.
Level 3, private selection hatch green chili.
Okay. Oh, it's that private selection.
It's private and looks hot.
Did you have to?
I can't tell you where I got it, but it's really exclusive. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready. Do you want to do this pour? I'm starting to like get a little racing. Yeah, shake it up, shake it. There's a little like heart flutter going on. Do we have the EMTs on deck? We don't. Okay, good. This is exciting.
Okay, ready?
That was that smoky. That was that smoky heat. It's later. It comes later.
I feel it.
Longer. That's what happens when you go to the private selection.
Everyone knows
you
that.
know the right people.
Totally.
You get that complexity, that long burn. You don't get that flash in the pan burn that they put, near the checkout counter with the candy
You're
bars. Right.
That's correct. So, your question for level 3 is, what international celebrity would you have dinner with and why?
International? Like they can't be American?
They cannot.
Oh. International celebrity. What I have dinner with and why?
Yep.
Not yet. Oh, okay. I would like to sit down with George St. Pierre. I think.
Okay, and why?
George St. Pierre. Oh, for those of you who don't know, George St. Pierre, one of the greatest MMA fighters of all time, and he counts as international.
Of course,
because
who
he's from
doesn't know that?
Canada.
Right?
He's French Canadian. Okay. I think he's one of the greatest martial artists of all time, and I fancy myself a little bit of a hobbyist martial artist, practicing Muay Thai.
Yep.
And I think George St. Pierre is one of the most honorable fighters there ever was, one of the most dedicated fighters there ever was. He also struggled with a lot of some health troubles, and he persevered, and he's still talking about coming back. He came back out of nowhere just a couple of years ago and won the title after not fighting for 4 or 5 years because he's so dedicated that he never let himself fall off.
Nice.
So I think getting to have dinner with him would be really interesting. He also seems like a really nice dude.
Cool. Are your lips burning right now?
No, are your lips burning?
No.
Okay.
Just asking.
I'm perfectly fine.
For the audience,
I can feel them when I move them around.
Yeah. Okay, level 4 now.
Let's get this. When's this getting serious, Jane?
It's about to.
Okay.
Okay.
Because Perry was for real.
Yeah.
The smoky stuff felt a little too complex for me. Maybe I'm a bit too pedestrian when it comes to the world of hot sauces. Maybe you try and just went over my head. I couldn't experience that heat.
Hot.
Okay, let's do this.
So
now that's hot sauce
4,
color. Look at this.
Yes.
This is hot sauce color. This is they should all been this
sauce.
color.
Okay, it's called just hotter hot sauce. That's what it is.
Well, where's the regular one?
I'm not really sure.
Texas Pete.
There you go. Okay, we're gonna add more.
Here comes.
Or do we have enough?
No, we're going more. We're not gonna brake. There's no brakes on this car till the wheels go off. Okay. Oof. Okay. Give me the little one. No, okay. I'm not going to eat all the chicken anyway. I'm already getting full. All right. Game on. give the commentary. I won't chew on it, but I will talk. We're getting there.
Where's that milk, boss?
We've ascended.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
Level 4.
Mm.
What is your most prized?
Wait, it's not over. Stop it with
Over?
the.
You need some milk? Okay.
No, I'm fine.
He needs
this
some
one is
milk.
just. It's harder. It's a lot harder all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's really
No,
burning.
get it out. Wait, don't tempt me.
There we go.
I'm not pulling that ripcord until we're done. Look at that
Ugh.
pour. What are you? What is this? A commercial?
Whew.
Is this a?
Perfect.
Are we sponsored
Thank you,
by
boss.
Longmont Dairy? Because if not, Longmont Dairy, call me.
Whew. Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's go. Fourth question.
What is your most prized possession and why?
Okay, just this one's a trap, right? Can we just say it's not?
I think Sherry picked this one.
Can we set the like my wedding ring, right? Are we gonna do that kind of stuff?
There's no wrong answers here, Eriq.
Oh, there's a lot of wrong answers, Jane. There's like 1,000 wrong answers and like 2 correct answers.
My mouth is just
whatever. My heart.
Take your time.
Can we cut the obvious ones just off the top, though?
Sure.
Can I try and come up with something interesting?
You may.
My most prized possession? I don't fancy myself like a materialistic person. I'm really more of a spiritual guy.
That's
For
what I
those of you
thought.
that know me, I don't talk
Yeah.
about things or like technology ever.
No.
I don't
never.
have.
Mm-mm.
I'm not really into
I
stuff.
have to help you all the time, actually.
I'm
with
not into
technology.
stuff. I don't even keyboards. What? Not my thing.
Totally.
Most private possession. Here goes. You ready? My home.
Love it.
How's that?
Love
it could be
that
empty,
answer.
but I think
Home is where the heart is.
facts. Yeah, where my home, like doubling down, working on it, respecting that space, everything that goes on it. Oh my God. Why is this not done yet?
Getting hotter. It's
It's
getting
like
hotter.
the
We
more
gotta-
I talk, the worse it gets.
know.
If I could sit here with my mouth closed, it's like a fire. I'm feeding the flames as
My
I
lips.
inhale.
Yeah, my
It's
lips
like
are
a-
really burning.
Okay, that color is the flavor. It
Yeah.
tastes red.
That one's serious.
That's
Okay.
it's, for all you
Texas.
synesthetics out there. It tastes red. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, I could elaborate, but yeah, I think my most prized possession is my home. I'm incredibly lucky to have it. I would be shattered if we lost it. You know, it's not mine and mine alone. I share it obviously with my family, and I want it to. I just want it to grow and become more fulfilling and more interesting. And I love working on it. I love that we have it, and we're incredibly lucky, especially in Denver, to have one.
Totally.
Yeah, well, that's one of many wrong answers,
Uh-oh,
Melissa.
The truth comes out. Okay, are you ready for the final?
Yeah,
There
how
is-
many X's, Hassan?
And this is
3
the-
X's.
I believe it's El Yucate. What did we decide, Eriq?
It's Yucateco.
Something.
El Yucateco.
And it is extra, extra, extra hot sauce. Okay, it is habanero.
NSFW hot
Okay.
sauce. It's bleeping hot. Yeah, go. This is the last dab. If we're going to oh, wow. Oh, wow. I think we should zoom in. I just need this documented for the doctor. I think the doctor is going to need to refer to this later. He's going to be putting the tube down my throat asking me, "What'd you take? What did you take? How much did you take?" And then we're going to have to go back to this film.
All right.
I'm
do
ready.
it.
Are you ready? Are we ready at home?
Ready.
5th question.
Let's do this.
Smudge your eye.
Okay.
Hiccups? You ever get the hiccups?
Oh, don't do it. Don't get the hiccups with this hot sauce. Are you ready? The last. I'm struggling. Are we ready for milk?
No, never.
Okay. Eriq, the last question is, what are you most afraid of?
You just mic drop me. It's not hot sauce, I'll tell you that.
I had a lot more of that hot sauce too.
It's throwing up on this live stream.
It's a thing. It's happening. It's burning. Those habaneros are, whew. Yeah. Take your time.
I have to close the flue. You can't let the air get in because then the air, it gets hotter.
And it lasts so long, like the burn.
I'm gonna drink.
On this
I'm
one,
gonna drink the milk
it's not
after the
going
question.
away.
This is pretty unpleasant. Okay. This
Drink
one is
milk first, you said?
No, I'm gonna drink it when the question's over. The thing I'm most afraid of is losing my.
I feel like I'm drooling a little bit.
You probably are. I'm gonna drown. The thing I'm most afraid of is losing my physical ability as I get older. As I like being active. Yeah. I like doing lots of things and learning how to do new things, especially. Right. And every time I get injured, which is often, yes. It's always the feeling of is this the one that's gonna stick? That's gonna take me out of the things that I like to do. Yeah. Skateboarding, snowboarding. I broke my collarbone.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah. What you're telling me? I mean, I'm just trying to find that. I'm trying to find that activity that I really fall in love with that is injury proof. But every time I find a new thing that I really like, it's just more dangerous than the last thing that I really liked. So yeah, that's my number one fear. And whatever would take me out of that would be pretty awful and definitely make my life a little bit less crappy.
Good answer.
A little less good.
How do your lips feel right now? Because mine are burning.
What lips?
Yeah. And I love hot stuff.
I feel like a floating mouth. My throat and my mouth are all that exist floating in space.
Yeah. So can we drink the milk now together? Or
yes, we can drink the milk together. I think
cheers.
people have had enough of us. Cheers.
Good job.
That's magic because it's just done now. Thank you all. I hope you enjoyed the answers to my questions.
That was fabulous. That had me rolling. I would not do well with that challenge. I can tell you that. Great job, Jane and Eriq. Let's give it up for them again. I think we should do that at least every couple months. I could tell if you guys were seeing their faces. My goodness gracious. Whew. Well, we learned a lot there. We're going to cut to the band real quick, but before I do that, we're at 56:25. I'm told that we've surpassed where we were last year when we did this telethon, which is great, but maybe we can get to the 10 grand and we can stay the night at Astor House and record that for your own enjoyment. I think that could be pretty fun. And then at 1875 is our next goal. That means that a battered Eriq from his hot sauce trials here, we get to spar with his pads. And I think I hit people. I don't know much about it. All I know is that he's weak right now, and it's a great opportunity for me to take Eriq on. So without further ado, and if you're making a donation, you get entered into the drawing for the parking spot at Arts Week. And if you've been to Arts Week, you know parking is horrendous. Actually, any weekend in Golden in the summer is horrendous. We can't help you there, but we can help you during Arts Week, during the Arts Festival. So let those donations come on in, and then let's hear the band. Marafiki, everybody. Just killing it tonight. Killing it. Nice. That's what I like about, bands. They know how to operate on the fly, right? So Wes, tell me again, where can people find you guys?
We can be found at your local grocery store in the produce aisle. Just kidding. Yeah, we are online on Spotify, iTunes, all those places. You can find our music on our Bandcamp too. You can download it right there. Please go stream us. We're going into the studio, so all those streams really help. Every half penny, every quarter penny really goes a long way. That's just 30 seconds in the studio, that turns into a minute and a half in the studio. We really appreciate it. And so we're going in there next week, going to lay down all of this music. In fact, all of this has been brand new. stuff that we've been working on over quarantine. So you guys are the first to hear it. That's right. We're debuting for the Foothills Art Center Mini Mega Telethon because we love you folks. And keep your head on our name and keep thinking about us because we'll be playing around town come summertime, and we'd love to bring some of this music to you, some other fun stuff that we're working on, and all that.
Thanks, Wes. I love the energy you bring to this telethon. It's toxic. I feel like one of those news people. I've got all these papers on the desk here, all my notes. So we're at 56:25. I think people, it's 6:38. People probably eating dinner, probably not on Facebook, or maybe they are. If you are, every penny helps, every dollar helps to let us reach our goal of $10,000 tonight. In my eyes, we're already winners tonight. You guys are winners tonight for donating to our education efforts here at Foothills Art Center. After this stream is done, we're recording it for better or for worse. We're going to let people watch this again in the future. But we'll have it on our website if people want to watch it. And if you're like, well, what is that Young Curators program all about? We can go back and you guys will be able to watch that. So without further ado here, I think I want to bring up Sherry and Jane. I'll get my mask on so I feel COVID compliant. Oh, we got another chair here? Perfect. Squeeze it in. It's a party. And then, Wes, where's that other mic? Right there. Perfect. And is it on? Great. So Jane is recovering from her wing thing earlier, as you saw. So may not get, you're recovering? Okay, good. Sherry is our finance director here at Foothills Art Center. Sherry does a lot of behind-the-scenes work. A lot of you may know her as Cheryl, but we call her Sherry. So, Sherry, why don't you tell folks at home exactly what it is you do here? I don't think it is. There you go.
There we go. How's that?
Yeah, you're on.
Better? Okay. I do everything that nobody else wants to do or can do. It's, set up fire monitoring systems and, count all the money and that kind of thing.
Yeah,
But,
it's important stuff.
It is important stuff. but
Super important stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it done. And basically I try to make it as easy for everybody who works here so they don't have to get their feet into too much of that.
And
Although
we appreciate that.
we have to rely on Eriq a bit for the computer stuff. So
Yeah. We wear a lot of hats here at the Art Center.
we do.
Yeah.
We do wear a lot of hats.
And I
There's
feel like
no
we know
doubt.
how to stretch a buck.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So,
And
Jane, why don't you tell us what you do here?
Well, I'm in charge of guests, anyone that comes in. I'm in charge of volunteers and rentals. now.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Jane has been putting on many hats since she joined us last year.
Yes.
Exactly. So you've taken on volunteers for us, and you're doing a great job with that.
Thank you.
And can you tell us what opportunities are coming up for volunteers?
Yes. So we have front desk opportunities. We have a lot of gardening that people can work on our beautiful gardens and all of our space. We also have events coming up. So we have Arts Week, right, which is July 8th.
July 8th through 15th?
Week of July 8th. Lots of opportunities. We will need probably around 100 volunteers.
A lot.
And we have a lot of different opportunities for people if you want to just sit in the shade and hand out, water, or you want to move things for setup or takedown. We have all kinds of opportunities. Actually, for anyone over 14, you can come. It is COVID friendly. You can be outside, get some sunshine, and it's a really fun time. People really enjoy it, and it helps the community.
Exactly. Wonderful.
One thing I want to add about our volunteers, Jane makes it such a fun environment that no matter where our volunteers come from, if they're students or people who just need to have some volunteer time or whatever, they want to come back. They love it here.
Great.
So please come. Please
Yeah.
come again.
Tell
Thanks,
us about,
Sherry.
Jane, some of the some of the benefits of volunteering at Foothills.
Yeah, so not only can you work on your tan, out in the garden, or meet new people here, see beautiful art, but it also looks really good on college applications.
Sure.
Looks great on resumes because we're a nonprofit, and it really makes a difference, honestly.
Yeah.
Yes, actually, if you volunteer 28 hours or more, you get a free membership.
Wonderful.
Family membership, right, Sherry?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can do it on a weekly basis. You can do it just when you can. You want to stop by, that's fine too, on normal business hours. And you can just email Jane at foothillsartcenter.org, or you can call the front desk, 303-279-3922.
Yep.
Or just come by and meet me.
Yeah.
And fill out an application. We'll have
Exactly.
fun. We'll hang out.
Online, if someone is looking for volunteer opportunities, I know there are a couple places within the Golden community that they can find that.
Yes, and also we're on Spark the Change
Mhm.
website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can find us plus other opportunities as well.
A lot of great ones. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, great. Was there anything else you wanna add about the Foothills experience?
I think that's all I got, Sherry.
Wonderful. Well,
yeah, we're a lot of fun.
We are a lot of fun. I mean, if you guys
Truly.
take nothing away from this night, let it be that we are a lot of fun. So I'm going to transition here to a couple short videos, and then we're going to come back with an update for all of you. So stay tuned.
Hi there. Jason Slowinski, Golden City Manager here. I'm painting al fresco today, working that creative energy that I sometimes have. Anyway, I wanted to take a minute out of my time and just talk to you a little bit about Foothills Art Center and make an appeal on behalf of Foothills. Our community is stronger, the Golden community, because of the great cultural organizations that we have, and none more important than Foothills Art Center. During this last year, this year of the pandemic, creative outlets have been so important for so many people, including me, and Foothills Art Center has been key to providing some of those creative outlets, even through virtual classes and other sessions. We've all benefited as a community because of the work that Foothills has done. And now they need your help. So please consider making a financial contribution during this telethon to Foothills Art Center. I know they will appreciate it, and the Golden community will be stronger because of it, because of a strong organization like Foothills Art Center. They're a great organization. We're glad to support them, and I hope that you can as well. And I thank you in advance for considering that and making a contribution. And I hope to see all of you real soon at a Foothills Art Center event. Until then, I need to get back to painting. Take care.
Hello, my name is Olivia. I teach camps here at Foothills Art Center. This will be my 5th summer teaching, and today I want to show you a craft that I do with the 4 to 6 year olds at camp. So we're going to start with our supplies. Today I'm going to be using yellow paint, but you can use whatever color you'd like. Yellow paint, a paper plate, glue, a black Sharpie, scissors and or an X-Acto knife if you have one, and then colored pieces of construction paper. You can either pre-cut them or cut them during the craft. So our first step is going to be to paint the plate, whatever color. Today we're going to be making a lion mask, so I chose yellow, but just any kind of paper plate. And once that's done, we are going to draw a face. So I am going to be doing a lion. I can show you the face I made already. And it can be something very simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. I think this is a really easy craft to do with kids. And once you have your face, this is an optional step, but if you would like to, since it'll be a mask, you can cut out eye holes using your X-Acto knife or scissors. So I will just cut out one to show you. This is definitely a step that parents should help with so kids don't cut their fingers or the table or any other surface you're working on. Just like that. Now, our next step, once you have your face drawn and your eyes cut out, we want to start gluing the lion's mane. So with this step, you're going to take your glue. You can use this kind of glue or a glue stick. And you're going to take your paper strips and you're going to glue each end. After you have glue on each of your ends, you're going to take your paper plate and pinch each end together like this and fold. And then to complete your mask, you'll go all the way around with the rest of your strips to create the mane. The final product should look something like this. This project is really great to do. You can do any kind of animal, but I thought the lion was fun. And that's what I did with my camp last summer, but it's a really great craft to do with kids and it's really easy to do at home.
Summer camps run 8 weeks out of the year. I have one age group, 4 to 6, and I have another age group, 7 to 12.
You can do a half-day course. We oftentimes opt for the full-day course, and throughout the week you'll kind of get a little bit of, hint from your child what they're starting to make, but you can tell some of it's being held back for on Friday when they have quite a large art showcase.
I contract local Jeffco teachers, and then I let them decide the curriculum. So every week is different, and every week is personalized. One week it'll be ceramics, another week it'll be painting, another week it'll be kinetic art is a really popular one.
For martial arts is art. We put on boxing gloves and we dip them in paint and then we punch the canvas. Then the second day we kicked it, and then the third day we did animal types. But they always tell us to wear not your best clothes.
When I start to see his art, I'm actually starting to see a little bit of his communication. And I have really benefited from that as a parent. Through that first surge of the pandemic, this is when camps were in question whether or not they were going. We were all wondering how they were going to pull that off. One thing I can speak to about Foothills Art Center is when I heard that they were trying to do classes, I knew that they would do everything in their power to do so if it was safe.
If I find a camp that I like, I keep doing it and I don't stop. Because it's extremely fun, and if you want to learn how to do art, then this is the place.
And we're back.
There we go. I think that we've got it.
We took it over from Hassan. He's done.
Yes.
He's done. He's too tired.
We are here for trivia tonight, so that's what we're super excited about.
Do we doing prizes for this trivia, or is this just for fun?
I think that we could do your curator tour.
Oh, okay. So we've got how many questions? 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 10 questions. So the best, whoever gets the most right.
I think it's whoever gets the most right. I'm gonna keep
Do a little tour. I could do a tour with you and your friends. I could do a little sit down. We could talk about art.
Tour exhibition of your choice.
We could talk about hot sauce.
There we go.
You could ask me a series of increasingly personal questions while we eat hot sauce together. We could do a couple rounds on the heavy bag. Whatever it is you want to do, you got me for an hour or so.
All right, what's our first question here?
First
Eriq?
question coming up. These are not multiple choice. These are just straight up. And a lot of them are number answers, so I think we're just going to go Price is Right rules. Closest without going over.
Yeah,
I think that's
and
the most
I think
fair.
that's great. And also just put your answers in the chat, and we will keep track of the first person who gets the closest answer wins that point. So we've got 10 questions, you said?
10.
10 questions. Okay, so
We're gonna
I'm going to
cruise.
keep track here, and we're going to cruise through these since
Okay.
we're getting close to the end of our telethon.
In a normal year, how many people does Foothills Art Center serve? This includes our Arts Week festival. Let's see this number in the chat.
I'll give you guys a hint. It's over 20,000.
But less than $1 billion.
Exactly. All right, who's in the chat here, guys?
Okay.
Oh, there is a bit of a delay.
Here we got. Nice.
Let's see here.
69,000.
69,000. Little high.
Little
but
high.
Close.
Feel free to guess multiple times if there's no competition.
I'd go a little lower, but you right on the
200,000.
Rick. I love it, Rick.
That's.
I think of those two, we're gonna give it to
Wait, 12.55.
One more guess here, guys.
We'll give it
I think
couple more.
couple more seconds here.
Oh.
Melanie for the win. We're at about 25,000. I think we need to give it to Melanie.
Yeah, I think so too. I think maybe Price is Right rules. Let's forget about the going over part. Let's just do closest.
Closest.
Yeah. I think Melanie was within 1,000, and I don't think anybody else is going to get that close. So let's.
Oh, we're getting some
we got
weird
a
message
bot
saying that we've
notice
got-
there. That's not a person, but we got a little trophy for getting some messages in
Hooray.
chat. Okay.
All right, Q2, Melanie, you have 1 point.
Next up, how much money did Heart, that's the holiday art market, artists bring home in 2020? The year that Heart wasn't even supposed to happen, we did it, and we were safe, and everybody was comfortable, and artists took home a heck of a lot of money. How much money was it? $1 billion.
Ooh, 9,500. Good guess.
This is let me just clarify. This is not like the average artist took home. This is the total. All 100 some odd artists in Heart took home.
Do you want to give anybody a guess?
It's less than $1 billion. Sorry. No, it's more.
Ooh, 50,000.
More than your first car.
Sarmo, 50,000.
That's a good guess.
That's a very good guess, Tom.
32,000.
I think of the three guesses that we've got up here, we're going to give it to Tom.
Yep.
How much did we bring in?
The answer is 55,000. So Tom Sarmo at 50,000 is definitely the closest.
Yes. Okay, so we've got 1 point for Melanie, 1 point for Tom, and into Q3.
How many exhibitions have I installed in the 8 years that I've been at Foothills Arts Center? Hint, less than 100, more than a dozen. I'm giving you guys hints.
Next?
I'm giving you hints without even without even seeing people guess to start.
We've got some great chats going on here. All right, how many? Let's see here. I'm
Tom
good
Sarmo,
with numbers.
good with numbers.
Tom. Yes, you are.
You're good with you're talented in a lot of ways, Tom.
All right, so how many?
I'm glad you didn't
exhibitions
become
do
an
you think?
accountant.
45.
45.
For Nikki.
Fair guess.
42. Rick?
24.
24. Okay. 41. We're gonna give you guys a couple more seconds here to get a few more guesses in. 35. So 3, 2, 1. It is Nikki for 45. How
wait.
many is it actually?
Nope. Okay. I was going to give it to those last two that snuck in. No, the answer is 68. So we're going to give it to Nikki with 45 just by guessing the highest.
Man, this is close.
I had
Three people
I had
have
to go
one,
through.
one point each.
Oh, that's good. It's spread out. I had to go through all of the old files and count.
Oh my gosh.
There wasn't, because some years were different. Some years we didn't do as many shows. Some years we did less. But the total is 68.
That is a lot of exhibitions,
Yeah.
Eriq.
First show, Threads of Change, I think it was called. It was a fabric show. I didn't install it. I did deinstall it. And I had no idea what I was doing. And they just put me in the gallery. They said, here's a ladder. Here's a drill. Deinstall this art show. And I said, okay,
Sure.
I'm done. Let's do it.
All right, awesome. On
Rest is
to
history.
question 4.
Okay, well, we're getting out of the numbers questions for a second here. This one's going to be a little bit open-ended, but I just need you to name 3 events that have occurred in the Foothills Art Center courtyard since it was renovated right around the time that Hassan started. And Hassan shows up and says, hi, I'm Hassan. Nice to meet you. Rent a cherry picker because we're going to take trees out of the courtyard. And that was our first big project together, and the rest is history. So once we got that courtyard all beautified with the stage and the new grass and the lights and everything, name 3 events that have occurred back there since then. And there have been way more than 3, so this shouldn't be hard. Let's give the chat a second to catch up.
Well, here's hoping that everyone watching has been to at least 3 of these events.
Yeah, gosh, if you're a diehard and you're watching the telethon, I hope you've come to at least 3 things we've done in person.
I know that we actually did a couple last summer, which was awesome. The fact that we were able to still do them during COVID, which is a big deal.
Having that outdoor space made doing discussion events, which we did, was one of the things we did back there.
Oh,
Plein air aerialists, weddings, and summer camps.
And the gala.
And the gala.
All right. Any
That's 4.
other?
Nikki
4,
covering her bases. That's definitely the first up, and those definitely count. Weddings, concerts, rehearsals, dinners. I'm going to give it to Nikki because she's in first and she's a little more specific.
All right. I'm with that. Let's give Nikki 2 points
That
here.
puts Nikki up to 2 points. For those of you who have been to a Foothills Arts Center telethon, you know that the Nine High Sarmo
Trivia
rivalry,
it's real.
It's a bit Celtics-Lakers. It goes back through the decades.
Exactly.
It's like the Red Sox and the Yankees.
Decades as in last year.
Yes. But it's a tale as old as time, really. Okay, going on to the next question. What medium did Damian Gilly feature in his dramatic installation at Foothills Arts Center in the East Gallery in 2018?
Okay, Tom, is this one all you?
What were his primary media?
Okay, we've got lots of laughing
Wahoo.
and ha-ha-ha's from Tom, Sarmo, and Nikki. It's getting really tense in here. It's heated. Very heated.
Red
All
Sox,
right.
Yankees.
How about a guess for a little hint here for our our audience?
Well, it wasn't paint.
Well, I
think that's a pretty good hint. He used the whole space.
Photos.
That's
Nikki?
nope.
Digital?
That's closer. That's a bit of a broad guess. Feel free to guess again if it's really just Tom versus Nikki. Oh, Hassan saying isn't Tom a loser? That's what Hassan just said.
That is not what
he said. Tom's that loser from last year.
I thought Tom won last year.
I don't think that's true.
All right, what do you think?
Oh, Nikki projection. That's the winner.
Oh,
I would have also accepted projectors and plexiglass, but yes, digital projection.
Digital animation.
I think Tom is thinking of a different person, as is
TVs,
Melanie.
Spray paint.
Nope, those are other shows.
Okay, so we're gonna give it to Nikki.
Nikki,
So
it was
Nikki
projectors.
Has 3 points. Tom has 1, and Melanie has 1.
Nikki is running away with it. Here's an easy one. This one we gave earlier in the night. How many years has Janet Nunn been working with Foothills Arts Center?
First one to get this right.
This one's fast, and this one you got to be dead on the money because we said it earlier. Good guess on my part. Oh, that would have been a good guess.
Tom, you're not a loser.
No,
Take a quick guess.
that's just what Hassan thinks, Tom. It's not true.
All right, who's in here for how many years Janet Nunn has been with Foothills Art Center? Oh,
Nikki! I don't know if we can even pull this back
years.
from her. Nikki nailed it.
I think that
Kathy O'Neill Fisher coming in.
Kathy O'Neill
hot.
Fisher coming in right after.
21, Rick says.
The correct answer
There's
is
20.
20 years. All right. So,
All right.
Dang.
I don't know
that
if
was a
anybody
bit of a
can pull it
speed
back
question.
from Nikki.
I don't think anyone can pull it back from Nikki. That is 4 right for Nikki, 1 for Tom, 1 for Melanie.
Runners
we
up.
only have a few questions left.
Runners
so.
up prize. You can join me to distribute ice at the Arts Week Festival this summer. It's a fun job. You can be. It's kind of like a carny barker. You drag the wagon around. Everybody's happy to see you. So you can join me, be the ice guy this summer at Arts Week. That's the runners up prize. Or ice lady. Yeah. I'm the ice guy, but you can join me and be my ice intern.
Sorry for the delay, Nikki. It is a little funny. I hear you there. We're trying to watch as you guys put in the chat, so thank you. So we are.
Yeah.
We're still getting it in order. So are we going to do one more question here?
We have a few more, but if we want to, we can cut it out.
Let's do one more here because we've got a lot of other stuff to do, and
I'm gonna
we're
pick-
already at 7:00.
Okay, I'm going to pick my favorite question of the ones that are remaining. For those of you who know her well, how did Anna get her start at FAC? Hint? I was trying to give a hint.
What's a good hint for how Anna got her start here at Foothills Art Center?
She wasn't our valet.
It's really hard to sit up here, guys, and not totally lose it. Intern for Tom Sarmo.
She was Maura's intern.
Yes. All right. So
All right.
I think
Good job, everybody. Being awesome. Well, that's how she got her job here.
Yes.
Yes. How did she get her start? Yes. But, things progress because of how incredibly awesome she is. Well, thank you, Cecile.
Are Nikki for the curator visit, and Tom, you get to help Eriq distribute ice at Art Suite.
Tom, I won't be offended if you don't show.
Wonderful. Wonderful. No, that's fine. Great job. Tom Sarmo, I didn't call you a loser. I thought you lost the trivia last year, and then you complained about it because you said you couldn't type fast enough. That's all I remember. But my memory could be wrong. I mean, that's totally possible. So I don't think we'll have time for that, Eriq. We didn't get up to 7,500, so there's no fight. There's no fight with the pads. We're going to keep this giving open until next Tuesday night. So you guys can help us reach our goal. Nadine wants to see me get beat up. That's great. Thanks, Nadine. We've never met, but I like you already. 10K, we spend the night at Astor House. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Our Astor House project is certainly something that we'll talk more about over the coming months. Francine Butler also wants to see me get beat up. You guys are going to have to work harder than that. 7,500. Trivia. So we knocked that off the list. Great. I'm going to turn it over to the band to give us another song, and then we got a couple of really short segments after that. And we're going to close it up, but let's turn it over to the band. In the meantime, you can still call foothillsartcenter.org to donate. Look at those donations coming in. Wonderful. And then let us know Sam wouldn't share his head even though he lost. Okay, Tom. I don't know what that means, but it sounds like we got a beef on the chat. Let the band take it away. Go for it, Marafiki. Excellent job, guys. Let's give it up for Marafiki one last time. Woo! Great job, guys. That was the last track from them. You can find out more about them. I know they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on all the socials. And then Wes Hughes and the gang here, just fabulous. And we'll have them back for something in the future, I am sure. And you guys, what, you said you're going to go in the studio pretty soon here and start laying down some tracks? Next week? That's awesome. You know, I think once we get that, let's share that with our Foothills audience. You know, give you guys a plug on that. Well, we're winding down here, folks. Got a couple last things. Last update here. We're at 59:25, which is amazing. You know, I gotta hand it to you guys. It's more than we did last year. You know, when we were in the thick of this pandemic. And, you know, we see the light at the end of the tunnel. We're sort of coming out of this, and it's really awesome to sort of be on that journey as a staff with our members and our visitors and the people that walk through the doors here at Foothills to kind of see how there's that light at the end of the tunnel, how this wonderful creativity that's around us, you know, that sort of binds us all together and gets us through tough times like these. So thank you, all of you at home helping us out. We're at 59:25. You can still call. You can still go to the website. We're going to keep this giving going through next Tuesday night. So we'll keep it going through next Tuesday night. There's still an opportunity, I think, for Eriq and I to spar with the gloves on or the gloves off. You know, I'll bring the heat. Doesn't matter to me. And then $10,000. That's when we get to spend the night at Astor House, and you know, I think that could be pretty fun. Speaking of Astor House, I'm going to play a video here in a second, but before I do, I want to let you guys know all night we have been doing if you give, we're going to draw for a name for you to have that primo spot during the festival at Arts Week. And so you still have time to get into that. I'm going to play this Astor House teaser video for you guys. And then after that, we're going to draw a name here. So I don't know what the staff is doing behind me. They're making a bunch of noise. But I'm going to play this video real quick. And so Astor House, you guys are going to hear a lot more about that come Arts Week. As you guys know, we signed a lease with the very long-term lease with the city of Golden. We'll be launching our capital campaign here to raise money to really just absolutely transform that location. But if you haven't been in Astor House in a very long time or don't know what it looks like now, I'm going to give you guys a little taste. So hopefully that gives you guys a little taste about what's to come. I think during Arts Week this summer, you guys will hear a lot more about what we're doing with Astor House. It's a really exciting project for Foothills Arts Center. You know, so we've got the name of the parking space for Arts Week, and that is, I would say, can we do a drum roll? But is it too late for that? Is the band still here? Oh, no. Oh. All right, Preston Driggers. Preston Driggers. Excellent work. We'll be getting in touch with you, and you will get that primo spot during Arts Week. And I think that's it. You know, I want to thank the board of Foothills Arts Center for coming in with that match tonight. Our staff coming in behind us here. I want to thank Golden Civic Foundation for doing the match for us tonight. That means a lot to us. I want to thank these guys back here. These guys have been, I think most of them have been with me my whole 5 years here so far. And what you guys missed earlier is that before this all happened, they brought me a wonderful cake for my 5-year anniversary at Foothills. I cried a little bit. It was so awesome. But these guys make the magic happen back here. And they're the reason why we keep coming on. and doing wonderful things. And you guys at home have been really great, really helpful, and honestly, we couldn't have done it without you. So I'm going to close it out. Thank you all one last time. And yeah, we'll see you next time. The next thing we have coming up is what? We have Flow State opening here in what, a couple weeks? Exhibits are changing. Come to Foothills. The admission is free. Check the website. Events are going on there. And then, you know, you'll see more about Art Suite coming up in the next couple weeks here as we get closer to July. Stay safe, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us.